Hello, everyone. We're Komarebi Chronicle. On this channel, we share fun facts and trivia to help you enjoy Japanese anime and manga even more. This time, we're going to share some knowledge that will make watching the movie Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle Arc, Chapter 1, The Return of Akaza even more fun.
This video contains major spoilers for the movie Infinity Castle Arc, Chapter 1, The Return of Akaza. If you haven't seen it yet, you should stop here and enjoy the movie first.
What are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to dive into a popular fan theory from Japan. Why can't Kaigaku use the first form?
That's exactly what I was wondering about when I watched the movie.
Me too. So this is just a fan theory, and there's no official reason, right?
That's right. The creators haven't said anything official about why Kaigaku can't use the first form. There have been several theories for a while, but with the new movie, fans have been able to narrow them down.
Visualizing it really helps. By the way, can you give us a quick recap of who Kaigaku is? He's the guy from Zenitsu's past, right?
He's the guy who threw a peach at Zenitsu, right?
You got it. Actually, Kaigaku has appeared in other scenes too. I've watched some videos of overseas reactors, and a few of them noticed it. Did you guys realize that Kaigaku appeared in Himejima's past flashback?
What? No way, I didn't notice that.
Didn't all the kids Himejima took care of, except for Seo, meet with a terrible fate?
Well, do you remember why a demon came to Himejima's temple?
Oh, it was because one of the children encountered a demon and, in a plea for his life, offered up the other kids and Himejima instead.
Exactly. That kid was Kaigaku.
What? He was a bad kid even before he became a demon.
That day, Kaigaku had been caught stealing money from the temple by the other kids and was kicked out. The children planned to report it to Himejima the next day, so they lied and said, Kaigaku is already asleep. After being kicked out, Kaigaku was wandering in the mountains at night when he ran into a demon. He begged for his life and, in return, led the demon to the temple.
What a brat. Why did a guy like that join the Kasatsutai?
That's a point where Japanese fans are divided. The possibilities are: 1. He wanted to gain the power to defeat demons out of fear. 2. He wanted to get rich because the Kasatsutai paid well. 3. He was just picked up by Kuwashima by chance and joined the corps as a result. If his belief was to survive no matter what, then joining the Kasatsutai isn't a very smart choice, since it's a life or death job. However, he was an orphan. At the time, about 50 years had passed since the end of Japan's feudal system, but there was still a lot of poverty. Orphans had almost no chance to turn their lives around.
Oh, I see. So for an orphan like Kaigaku, the Kasatsutai might have been like the American dream.
Or, if he regretted his childhood mistake, it might be natural for him to hate demons and want to get the power to not lose to one again. At this point, it's all up to our imagination.
I hope the real answer is that he regretted his mistake and chose the path of a demon slayer.
So, after Kaigaku ran away from Himejima's temple, he was picked up by Kuwashima, right?
Right. That scene isn't shown either, so we don't know if Kaigaku sought out Kuwashima on his own or if Kuwashima found Kaigaku.
There's a lot we don't know about him.
Sadly, yes. Kaigaku was the one who became Kuwashima's disciple first. After that, Kuwashima found Zenitsu buried in debt, paid it off for him, and took him in as a disciple. Since Kaigaku became a disciple before Zenitsu, he's called his elder brother disciple. This part might be a little confusing. For example, since Giyu and Tanjiro had the same master, Giyu is treated as the elder brother disciple. Even though they're not real brothers, they support each other like family, so they're referred to as brothers. In this movie, Giyu's actions to protect Tanjiro were of course due to his responsibilities as a Hashira, but also his duty as an elder brother disciple.
But Zenitsu called Kaigaku, Aniki, big brother, right? And he called Kawashima, Gramps.
That's probably because Zenitsu was also an orphan and longed for a family. Do you remember when Zenitsu told Inosuke, "Food tastes better when you eat it with everyone"?
I remember. Inosuke didn't even acknowledge it, like, what are you talking about?
I see. Zenitsu was starving for the warmth of a family, too.
That's right. So Zenitsu cherished Kawashima as Gramps and Kaigaku as Aniki, even though they weren't related by blood.
But because of that, Zenitsu would get scolded by Kaigaku, right? For calling Kawashima, Gramps.
Kaigaku probably had a very clear idea about that kind of boundary. That might be his personality, or it might be from his past experiences.
There's a scene where he's drinking water from a puddle, so it's a fact that he went through a period of loneliness and poverty.
But what he did to Himejima and his kids is unforgivable.
Totally.
Okay, enough about his background. Thunder breathing has 6 forms.
Zenitsu can only use the first form, but Kaigaku can't use just the first form.
It's weird that he can't use the one form that Zenitsu can.
It's not that strange, actually. You'll understand when you think about what the first form, Thunderclap and Flash, is. Think back to the stance for Thunderclap and Flash. Don't you notice something different about it compared to other breathing styles?
I don't get it.
Zenitsu puts his sword completely back in its sheath, right? That's the initial stance for Thunderclap and Flash.
Isn't that normal?
Actually, most other breathing styles involve drawing the sword during the stance.
Oh, you're right.
Now that you mention it, Zenitsu puts his sword back in its sheath a lot. I don't think I've ever seen his sword blade.
Exactly. Thunderclap and Flash is a simple technique. Sheathe the sword. Rush toward the enemy with lightning speed. Draw the sword and slash at the enemy.
That doesn't sound difficult, so why can't Kaigaku use it?
It sounds easy to explain, but I want you to think about it for a moment. Let's say a burglar is in front of you, and you have a knife. Would you rush at them with the knife still in its sheath?
No.
Even if you're confident you can draw it from the sheath at top speed, you wouldn't. The burglar might fight back.
Exactly. This technique requires a lot of guts.
Wait, so the reason Kaigaku can't use the first form is because
he's a coward.
Whoa, but Zenitsu seems even more like a coward, doesn't he?
That's why he couldn't fight unless he was unconscious.
Oh, you're right. Zenitsu usually fights when he's unconscious. The movie made him look so cool that I forgot about that.
Because it's a technique that attacks head-on, speed is what matters. You close the distance with blinding speed and slash in an instant. In other words, it's a very straightforward special move.
You did say that feet are important for thunder breathing, so the success rate depends on how fast you can be.
So what about the other forms, from 2nd through 6th, that a coward like Kaigaku can use?
What we learned from this movie is that Kaigaku's techniques are suited for hit and run, not as a finishing blow. From that, we can assume that the basic way to use thunder breathing is to weaken the enemy with forms 2nd through 6th and finish them off with the first form.
So Kaigaku is a guy without a finishing move, and Zenitsu is a guy with only a finishing move.
That's probably why Zenitsu learned the 6th, so he'd have a counterattack for when his special move is dodged. He pursues the enemy to make sure they're finished off. When you think about it that way, thunder breathing is an amazing style where the first form is all you need to fight through anything.
That's why they say, the first form is the foundation of thunder breathing.
Kaigaku also wears his sword on his back, not at his waist. That's a sign that he has no intention of even trying to master the first form, and it's a declaration of his will to never learn it.
Yeah, if he wears his sword there, he can't rush and draw it quickly.
I get why Kaigaku can't use the first form, but why can't Zenitsu use anything else?
To be honest, that's not exactly clear. But it seems like the most common theory among Japanese fans is that he's clumsy.
So, the elder brother is a coward, and the younger brother is clumsy.
As Zenitsu said, Kuwashima must not be very good at judging people.
Unfortunately.
But Zenitsu created the seventh form all by himself. He's a genius.
You're right, he discovered and trained a genius like Zenitsu, so a little poor judgment is forgivable.
A little?
Logan is being so cold.
Anyway, changing the subject. Kaigaku's voice is so cool. Even though he's a villain, his voice is great.
I know, he's a villain, and he says some pretty lame things, but his voice makes it sound cool.
Kaigaku's voice actor also played Reiner in Attack on Titan.
I knew I'd heard that voice somewhere. It was Reiner.
Wait, didn't Zenitsu's voice actor play Connie in Attack on Titan?
That's right.
So, if you close your eyes and listen to Zenitsu versus Kaigaku, does it sound like Connie versus Reiner?
What kind of crazy way to watch a show is that?
Ha ha ha.
On this channel, I'll be sharing fun facts and trivia to help you enjoy Japanese anime and manga even more.
If you liked this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. It would be a huge motivation for me to create more videos.